What's up, YouTube? This is Dirty, and I'm back. Second video. I was looking at Next Gen 720. I was looking at his video, and he was talking about how Michael Pachter, the analyst or whatever, journalist or whatever he is, which only 5% of what he say is actually true. He was saying that that the Xbox One, PS4 will come out between like $350, $400. So I'm like, I give you two reasons, the good and the bad. And the good, I go with the good. Now, if this is true, which I'm pretty sure it's not, but let's just say if this is true and these next two consoles is going to be at the set price as the Wii U. So we all know that the 8 gig is going for what, $299, and the black model is 32 gig is going for $350. Okay, now if PS4, Xbox One is competing with that price of the Wii U, that's great. Like, I would definitely, get one of them on launch. Maybe both. Because you got to figure, okay, if one coming is going to be $400, say they both $350, $400, that's like $800. You can get both systems. So close to $1,000, you got, both systems. And that sounds kind of good. But peep this here. If they actually do this, how powerful are these two machines? Think about it. PS3 came out $600. You didn't get anything with it. You didn't get no HDMI cord. And Sony was the main one saying, oh, this HD era, this is for gaming, this is for movies, the Blu-ray built in it. Awesome. But you got no HDMI cord. They gave you composite cables. Like, why would you give me the red, the white, and the yellow cord to go to my TV? Like, why wouldn't you throw a HDMI cord in there? Or better yet, HD component cables in the box? Like, that's crazy. Okay. So if the PS3 came out 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago, for $600, they say the PS4 is, I forgot how many times more powerful than the PS3 is. So you mean to tell me that this console that's coming out now, the PS4, can actually be priced at what the Wii U is priced at? And yeah, we all know that, that both consoles, the X1 and the PS4, is, more power than the Wii U, But to me, it's like they got more gigs. They got more gigs of RAM than the Wii U. And I'm trying to figure out, how is that possible? Like, if this 8 gigs of RAM and everybody is saying, oh man, the graphics on this is just going to blow Nintendo out the water with their 2 gigs of RAM. But then you got to think about it too. Okay. The 8 gigs that each one of these systems have, what are these 8 gigs for? Like, nobody is saying like, well, You got to think about the Connect. How much of this gig is the Connect going to use? Is it going to use 1 gig? Is it going to use 1.5 gigs? Going to use 2 gigs? Look what all this thing could do. Like the Xbox One. You got the Connect. Now it can track and read up to 4 people. Every joint, recognize your face, fingertips, fingers, all this. It can track all that. And the regular, Connect can't. Like the regular Connect can't track your fingertips and all your joints. It can, track a couple of joints like when you bend your arm and, and stuff like that. But it's not as advanced as this Connect 2.0 that's coming out with the Xbox One. So how many gigs is that going to use? Okay, now they talking about Skype. Like the operating system, like what is the operating system going to use? Is it going to use more than 1 gig? And then what's going to be left over for the games? So everybody is saying, well, it got 8 gigs of RAM. The graphics is just going to be, booming. I'm not too good with PC specs because I don't game on PC. I just do straight consoles. But I don't think 8 gigs of RAM just going to give you the best graphics out there. That's just 8 gigs of RAM for the machine to do what it needs to do. So if you got your machine doing all this Skype and recording videos and being a cable box to record, videos and record your gameplay and all that, it gotta eat up gigs. That's why them 8 gigs are in there. That's what I think personally. And for it to be on par, which is just a rumor, I'm not saying it is, but let's just say it is. It's going to come out and it's going to be on par price-wise with the Wii U. Now, Zaire said himself that Nintendo should have spent more on their specs than they did the controller. They said they spent more time and effort in building the controller than they did worrying about the specs. Okay. So let's do it like this. If Michael Paxton say that, yeah, these two systems are going to be between $350, $400, then Sony and Microsoft, they was more focused on what the system can do besides gaming. So their spec wise, they wasn't really concerned about it. They just wanted their machine to do this, and play games. Now to have your machine to play games and do this, and this, you're gonna need what? Gigs of RAM. How many gigs of RAM? Whatever it takes for your system to do this, and this. And I ain't even talking about gaming yet. So that 8 gigs of RAM, and he talking about between $349, $350, and this system supposed to be more powerful than its processor. Then I don't see it. I don't see it being the Wii U price, and it's that much powerful. It got 8 gigs of RAM in it, coming with a 500 gig hard drive. You mean to tell me that it can actually price set the same as Wii U? Like, you know how much money that both of them companies are losing? They losing a shitload of money. If they could actually put that system like that, put it down that much to compete with the Wii U price, with all these features it can do, all these gigs of RAM, I don't know, something kind of fishy with that, But like I said, it was just a rumor. Dude was just saying, Michael Pack always talking, And Zaire said he was going to put a link down below because I wanted to read it, but the link wasn't there, so I couldn't read it. But that's crazy. I mean, if it is true, gotta wait to E3. And if they do say something at E3 about that, like, yeah, we're gonna compete with the Wii U price, then I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. Now, which system I'm gonna get first? And then what's, the next system I'm gonna get, the last one I'm gonna get. But if they do that, that means to tell me that maybe they're not losing a lot of money. Maybe both systems, the PS4 and the Xbox One is really on par graphic wise with the Wii U. That's what I think. If they could set that price that low for that machine to do all that with 8 gigs of RAM, 500 gig hard drive in it, then that means to tell me that Nintendo was right when they said that the next generation graphics is not going to be a big leap. And we all know that. But Nintendo said it themselves. It's not going to be a big major haul jump. And that the Wii U can actually stand up there with the Xbox One and PS4. So if this can be true, that both of those systems can be on the same price as the Wii U, then that means to tell me that the Wii U can push out the same amount of graphics as Xbox One and PS4. If it can be that price. Because all it's telling me is that they just threw all that gigs of RAM in there, for it to do multiple things at the same time, which you're going to need. 3 operating systems in the Xbox One. That's a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what those 8 gigs is going to be eaten up on. Now, what type of gigs would they have for the games? Maybe they have 2 gigs, to use on the games. So using 2 gigs and Wii U only using 1 gig, it's not going to be a big difference. It's not going to be a really big difference at all. It's not going to be like the PS3 and the original Wii. No, because the Wii U is already in HD now. But that was just my little thought on that. I don't believe that them systems is going to be, $400, $350. I don't believe it. But like I said, wait to E3. See what prices they going to throw out, if they say the price at all. But, I wish Zaire had put that link in the description so I can read it. But Micah Packard, man, nah. I don't think those 2 systems is going for that price. And if it is, I can tell you right now that the graphic wise, the Wii U can do those graphics. All 3 systems are going to be on par with each other, except that Microsoft and Sony can also do more things, and that's why they need all that gig of RAM, because they doing multiple things. You know what I'm saying? Skype and recording and all this. That's why you need all them gigs of RAM. All that 8 gigs ain't going to making no game. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Trust me, it's not. Ain't no developer using 8 gigs of RAM on no damn game. Trust me on that. Half of these developers are lazy. You see half of the stuff they doing just porting stuff over to the Wii U half of the time, and don't even include the multiplayer in it. Like, really, how you don't include the multiplayer in the game, but you still want me to give you $60? Man, get out of here with that. But like I said, I don't think that price wise that's going to happen. I really truly believe that them systems are going to be between $500 and $600. I could be wrong. Like I said, let's wait to E3, see what's going on. But for them to price it that low, they losing hell of a money. And I'm pretty sure all 3 systems are on par with each other graphic wise. I'm Dirty. I'm out. Peace.